a nickel stuck in the saucer, left by a stranger at 4. The diner is quiet and older than anyone walking the floor. I count the small cracks in the counter and stir in the milk till it spins. Nobody asks where I'm going or where the long afternoon ends. Porcelain cups keep the secrets of miners and mayors. Paper thin napkins soak up what nobody declares. Steam rises slow from the rim where the silver is worn. Just another old coat waiting out a Tuesday morn. The waitress wipes down the vinyl with movements rehearsed by the years. She leaves me a refill of water without interrupting my fears. I trace the blue ring of the coaster where coffee spilled over the edge. It looks like a map of a country I crossed on a dangerous pledge. Porcelain cups keep the secrets of miners and mayors. Paper thin napkins soak up what nobody declares. Steam rises slow from the rim where the silver is worn. Just another old coat waiting out a Tuesday morn. I used to run fast through the gravel, chasing a train on the hill. Now I am content with the window and time when it chooses to still. Porcelain cups keep the secrets of miners and mayors. Paper thin napkins soak up what nobody declares. Steam rises slow from the rim where the silver is worn. Just another old coat waiting out a Tuesday morn. I leave the small coin for the tray and button the top of my vest. The street outside opens its alleys to welcome a traveler at rest. The corner baker dropped a tray have woken up the block. You always said that clang was far too real before you even looked at any clock. I saved your usual chair beside the pane where steam is curling off the porcelain rim. We used to watch the heavy delivery train through window glass so pleasantly dim. Old friends are harder now to pull away from empty kitchens and a lonely bed. I bought 2 papers that we used to sway, and buttered toast you always buttered red. The waitress knows us by our heavy coats and pours the dark roast without asking twice. She leaves the ticket face down near the notes where we still argue over tax and price. I saved your usual chair beside the pane where steam is curling off the porcelain rim. We used to watch the heavy delivery train through window glass so pleasantly dim. Old friends are harder now to pull away from empty kitchens and a lonely bed. I bought 2 papers that we used to sway, and buttered toast you always buttered red. Decades have drifted down this avenue, leaving our footsteps stamped in quiet stone. I never thought I would sit here without you, reading the obituaries all alone. The baker sweeps the sidewalk clean of glass, and I fold up the sections for the street. I leave your extra cup right on the brass until tomorrow when our shadows meet. The scent of cinnamon and toasted rye floats past the laundry hanging out to dry. A corner storefront wakes at 7 sharp beside a window painted with a harp. He turns the open sign to face the street and sets the wooden chairs in tidy rows before the busy world begins its beat. feels the autumn chill start in his toes. Old Arthur sweeps the leaves outside the door, while copper pots are whistling on the stove. A lonely feather flutters to the floor. Within the neighborhood they all still love. A heavy woolen coat protects his chest. He pours a steaming cup of dark roast's best. A neighbor passes by and tips his hat to greet the sleepy baker and the cat. He takes a sudden look across the square and watches distant children catch a bus. He breathes the chilly autumn in the air without a single word of any fuss. Old Arthur sweeps the leaves outside the door, while copper pots are whistling on the stove. A lonely feather flutters to the floor. Within the neighborhood they all still love. The clock above the counter slowly chimes, reminding everyone of gentler times. He wipes the wooden counter clean and bright and waits for morning rays to bring the light. The steam begins to rise against the glass as quiet footsteps through the alley pass. Another day begins in this old town before the sun has time to settle down. Why does porcelain always crack right by the handle, while the heavy iron skillet stays brand new? I watch the steam climb up the brass-trimmed window and wonder if the pigeons have a name for you. Old Arthur wipes the counter with a checkered rag. He does not ask me why I stare at nothing, just sets a china saucer down without a tag and leaves me to my quiet counting. Dust motes perform a clumsy ballet in the draft, while sugar cubes dissolve in amber liquid light. A woman by the corner radiator laughed and chased away the remnant chill of Wednesday night. I count the slate tiles on the pavement across the street. A postman Someone drops a bundle by the grocery door. Hear rhythm of his boots, a steady, honest beat. That sounds like every Tuesday I have known before. Old Arthur turns the radio to 48, where someone sings about a heartbreak in the rain. I let the amber liquid sit upon the plate and watch the condensation hide the pain. Dust motes perform a clumsy ballet in the draft, while sugar cubes dissolve in amber liquid light. A woman by the corner radiator laughed and chased away the remnant chill of Wednesday night. Seasons turn their pages in the clatter of the spoons. We carry all our vanished years inside a coat. The morning holds the weight of all our silent moons and sets another paper cup afloat. I leave a silver coin beside the empty cup. The heavy iron door swings inward with a creak. I button up my collar as the sun comes up and carry all my questions through another week.
The light is amber grease upon the floor. From 40 minutes sitting by the door, a stranger asks if I can spare a dime or just the time. He wears a woolly scarf of faded green, the quietest man I think I've ever seen. He points his finger at my heavy cup and looks right up. Coffee cools much faster when you speak of winters that have lingered for a week. He slides a sugar cube across the wood and tells me how his garden used to look. We share a paper napkin for the ring left by the water glass, a simple thing. He says his daughter moved to Baltimore in 1944. I tell him I am waiting for the bus that always leaves a little space for us. He nods his head and stirs his heavy brown and settles down. Coffee cools much faster when you speak of winters that have lingered for sugar cube across the wood and tells me how his garden used to look. The waitress brings the check and takes the plates. She smiles at us because a stranger waits. We never learned each other proper names or played our games. The diesel engine rumbles on the street. He puts his gloves upon his freezing feet. I leave a penny underneath my plate before it gets too late. The heavy tweed of this old coat I wear still smells like cedar from a cedar chest. I trace the buttons with a quiet thumb and sit beside the smudged and rainy pane. The waiter sets a heavy ceramic cup beside a saucer chipped in 1984. It pulls me backward down a gravel lane. Back when we shared a single woolen scarf and traded pennies for a roasted pear. The radio played songs we used to hum before the weather turned the pages bare. A heavy sweater sleeve begins to fray, just like the edges of that July afternoon when thunder rolled across the tennis courts and we took shelter underneath the roof. The steam rises slowly from the amber brew. It blurs the pavement where the pigeons walk. I hear your laughter underneath the rain. Back when we shared a single woolen scarf and traded pennies for a roasted pear. The radio played songs we used to hum before the weather turned the pages bare. I press my palm against the cotton cloth and wonder if you kept that knitted blue. That winter vanished faster than the snow, yet every thread still leads me back to you. The cup is empty and the table clears. I button up against the autumn wind. One final memory before I stand and walk alone into the busy street. She said the weather app is mostly just a liar. The bell above the entrance clinks twice for a buyer. A woolly green umbrella drips onto the tile floor, while someone leaves a gap in the heavy double door. The waiter counts his quarters in a faded leather cup. A sudden gust of chimney smoke makes the pigeons flutter up. Porcelain cups keep the counter warm, waiting out the edge of a mid-octave storm. A dog wears a sweater the color of plums, while the sparrows downstairs are fighting for crumbs. A folded crossword puzzle rests beside the cream. The crossword solver drifted away into a dream. Three teenagers in parkas argue over cassette tapes, while a yellow rolling cart carries trays of golden grapes. The steam from the espresso wand hisses like a cat. A man leaves a newspaper flattened on a woven mat. Porcelain cups keep the counter warm, waiting out the edge of a mid-octave storm. A dog wears a sweater the color of plums, while the sparrows downstairs are fighting for crumbs. An old clock on the brick wall ticks 20 seconds slow. Nobody cares to fix it because there's nowhere else to go. The pages of the ledger are curling at the spine, marking out another quiet winter borderline. The second cup of coffee arrives without a word. The loudest sound around here is the transit of a bird. We fold up our paper and step into the gray, leaving all the table talk to start another day. The weight of the chair on the parquet floor reminds me of nights we were pacing the door, before we had silver lining our hair, and learned how to sit without any care. You worried the world would break in half, and hid your mistakes behind a small laugh. I saved a warm seat for you right by the glass, to watch all our old the sky on our shoulders back then. I wish I could tell you we made it again. The steam from the mud blurs the morning light. We traded our shadows for something quite bright. That jacket you wore with the frayed little hem. We laughed at the future, remember back then. You thought every storm was a permanent flood, and mixed up your patience with stubborn young blood. I saved a warm seat for you right by the glass, to watch all our old frantic anxieties pass. We carried the sky on our shoulders back then. I wish I could tell you we made it again. So pour out the sugar and take off your coat. The past is a letter that no one needs wrote. Just look at the calendar hanging right here. We finally survived every single hard year. The cup is empty, the check has been paid. I smile at the ghost of the boy that you made. Go rest your tired feet on the warm wooden floor. We do not need armor to open this door.
A sudden thought broke through the quiet room before the neon signs had dimmed their light. I left behind the weight of yesterday to walk into the pale and frosted white. The heavy door swings open with a creak. A bell chimes softly overhead to speak of places where the weary find their rest, and time slows down inside a quiet chest. An old brass clock keeps ticking on the wall, while steam begins to rise from porcelain. The wooden chairs remember every guest who sat to watch the early day begin. The girl behind the counter pours the brew, a quiet rhythm in the sleeping street. She traces patterns in the dusted glass, where rising vapor and the shadows meet. The heavy door swings open with a creak. A bell chimes softly overhead to speak of places where the weary find their rest, and time slows down inside a quiet chest. An old brass clock keeps ticking on the wall, while steam begins to rise from porcelain. The wooden chairs remember every guest who sat to watch the early day begin. No sudden rush can touch this little space, where morning finds a gentle resting place. The paper rustles as a neighbor reads, content to meet the day's unfolding needs. The second cup is poured without a word. The street outside begins to come alive. I fold my coat and leave the warmth behind, with quiet strength enough to help me thrive. A nickel stuck in the saucer, left by a stranger at 4. The diner is quiet and older than anyone walking the floor. I count the small cracks in the counter and stir in the milk till it spins. Nobody asks where I'm going, or where the long afternoon ends. Porcelain cups keep the secrets of miners and mayors. Paper thin napkins soak up what nobody declares. Steam rises slow from the rim where the silver is worn. Just another old coat waiting out a Tuesday morn. The waitress wipes down the vinyl with movements rehearsed by the years. She leaves me a refill of water without interrupting my fears. I trace the blue ring of the coaster where coffee spilled over the edge. It looks like a map of a country I crossed on a dangerous pledge. Porcelain cups keep the secrets of miners and mayors. Paper-thin napkins soak up what nobody declares. Steam rises slow from the rim where the silver is worn. Just another old coat waiting out a Tuesday morn. I leave the small coin for the tray and button the top of my vest. The street outside opens its alleys to welcome a traveler at rest. The corner baker dropped a tray of steel, and rattling pans have woken up the block. You always said that clang was far too real before you even looked at any clock. I saved your usual chair beside the pane where steam is curling off the porcelain rim. We used to watch the heavy delivery train through window glass so pleasantly dim. Old friends are harder now to pull away from empty kitchens and a lonely bed. I bought 2 papers that we used to sway, and buttered toast you always buttered red. The waitress knows us by our heavy coats and pours the dark roast without asking twice. She leaves the ticket face down near the notes where we still argue over tax and price. I saved your usual chair beside the pane where steam is curling off the porcelain rim. We used to watch the heavy delivery train through window glass so pleasantly dim. Old friends are harder now to pull away from empty kitchens and a lonely bed. I bought 2 papers that we used to sway, and buttered toast you always buttered red. Decades have drifted down this avenue, leaving our footsteps stamped in quiet stone. I never thought I would sit here without you, reading the obituaries all alone. The baker sweeps the sidewalk clean of glass, and I fold up the sections for the street. I leave your extra cup right on the bread. till tomorrow when our shadows meet. The scent of cinnamon and toasted rye floats past the laundry hanging out to dry. A corner storefront wakes at 7 sharp beside a window painted with a harp. He turns the open sign to face the street and sets the wooden chairs in tidy rows before the busy world begins its beat. He feels the autumn chill start in his toes. Old Arthur sweeps the leaves outside the door while copper pots are whistling on the stove. A lonely feather flutters to the floor within the neighborhood they all still love. A heavy woolen coat protects his chest. He pours a steaming cup of dark roast's best. A neighbor passes by and tips his hat to greet the sleepy baker and the cat. He takes a sudden look across the square and watches distant children catch a bus. He breathes the chilly autumn in the air without a single word of any fuss. Old Arthur sweeps the leaves outside the door while copper pots are whistling on the stove. A lonely feather flutters to the floor within the neighborhood they all still love. The clock above the counter slowly chimes, reminding everyone of gentler times. He wipes the wooden counter clean and bright and waits for morning rays to bring the light. The steam begins to rise against the glass as quiet footsteps through the alley pass. Another day begins in this old town before the sun has time to settle down. Why does porcelain always crack right by the handle? while the heavy iron skillet stays brand new. I watch the steam climb up the brass-trimmed window and wonder if the pigeons have a name for you. Old Arthur wipes the counter with a checkered rag. He does not ask me why I stare at nothing, just sets a china saucer down without a tag and leaves me to my quiet counting. Dust motes perform a clumsy ballet in the draft, while sugar cubes dissolve in amber liquid light. A woman by the corner radiator laughed and chased away the remnant chill of Wednesday night. I count the slate tiles on the pavement across the street. A postman drops a bundle by the grocery door. Hear rhythm of his boots, a steady, honest beat. That sounds like every Tuesday I have known before. Old Arthur turns the radio to 48, where someone sings about a heartbreak in the rain. I let the amber liquid sit upon the plate and watch the condensation hide the pain. Dust motes perform a clumsy ballet in the draft, while sugar cubes dissolve in amber liquid light. A woman by the corner radiator laughed and chased away the remnant chill of Wednesday night. Seasons turn their pages in the clatter of the spoons. We carry all our vanished years inside a coat. The morning holds the weight of all our silent moons and sets another paper cup afloat. I leave a silver coin beside the empty cup. The heavy iron door swings inward with a creak. I button up my collar as the sun comes up and carry all my questions through another week.
The light is amber grease upon the floor from 40 minutes sitting by the door. A stranger asks if I can spare a dime or just the time. He wears a woolly scarf of faded green, the quietest man I think I've ever seen. He points his finger at my heavy cup and looks right up. Coffee cools much faster when you speak of and tells me how his garden used to look. We share a paper napkin for the ring left by the water glass, a simple thing. He says his daughter moved to Baltimore in 1944. I tell him I am waiting for the bus that always leaves a little space for us. He nods his head and stirs his heavy brown and settles down. Coffee cools much faster when you speak of winters that have lingered for a week. He slides a sugar cube across the wood and tells me how his garden used to look. The waitress brings the check and takes the plates. She smiles at us because a stranger waits. We never learned each other proper names or played our games. The diesel engine rumbles on the street. He puts his gloves upon his freezing feet. I leave a penny underneath my plate before it gets too late. The heavy tweed of this old coat I wear still smells like cedar from a cedar chest. I trace the buttons with a quiet thumb and sit beside the smudged and rainy pane. The waiter sets a heavy ceramic cup beside a saucer chipped in 1984. It pulls me backward down a gravel lane, back when we shared a single woolen scarf and traded pennies for a roasted pear. The radio played songs we used to hum before the weather turned the pages bare. A heavy sweater sleeve begins to fray, just like the edges of that July afternoon when thunder rolled across the tennis courts and we took shelter underneath the roof. The steam rises slowly from the amber brew. It blurs the pavement where the pigeons walk. I hear your laughter underneath the rain. Back when we shared a single woolen scarf another, turn the pages bare. I press my palm against the cotton cloth and wonder if you kept that knitted blue. That winter vanished faster than the snow, yet every thread still leads me back to you. The cup is empty and the table clears. I button up against the autumn wind. One final memory before I stand and walk alone into the busy street. She said the weather app is mostly just a liar. The bell above the entrance clinks twice for a buyer. A woolly green umbrella drips onto the tile floor, while someone leaves a gap in the heavy double door. The waiter counts his quarters in a faded leather cup. A sudden gust of chimney smoke makes the pigeons flutter up. Porcelain cups keep the counter warm, waiting out the edge of a mid-octave storm. A dog wears a sweater the color of plums, while the sparrows downstairs are fighting for crumbs. A folded crossword puzzle rests beside the cream. The crossword solver drifted away into a dream. Three teenagers in parkas argue over cassette tapes, while a yellow rolling cart carries trays of golden grapes. The steam from the espresso wand hisses like a cat. A man leaves a newspaper flattened on a woven mat. Porcelain cups keep the counter warm, waiting out the edge of a mid-octave storm. A dog wears a sweater the color of plums, while the sparrows downstairs are fighting for crumbs. An old clock on the brick wall ticks 20 seconds slow. Nobody cares to fix it because there's nowhere else to go. The pages of the ledger are curling at the spine, marking out another quiet winter borderline. The second cup of coffee arrives without a word. The loudest sound around here is the transit of a bird. We fold up our paper and step into the gray, leaving all the table talk to start another day. lining our hair, and learned how to sit without any care. You worried the world would break in half, and hid your mistakes behind a small laugh. I saved a warm seat for you right by the glass, to watch all our old frantic anxieties pass. We carried the sky on our shoulders back then. I wish I could tell you we made it again. The steam from the mud blurs the morning light. We traded our shadows for something quite bright. That jacket you wore with the frayed little hem. We laughed at the future, remember back then. You thought every storm was a permanent flood, and mixed up your patience with stubborn young blood. I saved a warm seat for you right by the glass, to watch all our old frantic anxieties pass. We carried the sky on our shoulders back then. I wish I could tell you we made it again. So pour out the sugar and take off your coat. The past is a letter that no one needs wrote. Just look at the calendar hanging right here. We finally survived every single hard year. The cup is empty, the check has been paid. I smile at the ghost of the boy that you made. Go rest your tired feet on the warm wooden floor. We do not need armor to open this door.
A sudden thought broke through the quiet room before the neon signs had dimmed their light. I left behind the weight of yesterday to walk into the pale and frosted white. The heavy door swings open with a creak. A bell chimes softly overhead to speak of places where the weary find their rest, and time slows down inside a quiet chest. An old brass clock keeps ticking on the wall, while steam begins to rise from porcelain. The wooden chairs remember every guest who sat to watch the early day begin. The girl behind the counter pours the brew quiet rhythm in the sleeping street. She traces patterns in the dusted glass, where rising vapor and the shadows meet. The heavy door swings open with a creak. A bell chimes softly overhead to speak of places where the weary find their rest, and time slows down inside a quiet chest. An old brass clock keeps ticking on the wall, while steam begins to rise from porcelain. The wooden chairs remember every guest who sat to watch the early day begin. No sudden rush can touch this little space, where morning finds a gentle resting place. The paper rustles as a neighbor reads, content to meet the day's unfolding needs. The second cup is poured without a word. The street outside begins to come alive. I fold my coat and